Roger, when you first saw the 8 films that had been produced, what did you think to them?
I had mixed feelings, actually. I think some work very well, and others don't work quite so well. And things tend to look different on the big screen than on the small screen. So some which weren't so strong on the small screen look great on the big screen. And but there are a couple of them that worked absolutely brilliantly, I thought.
Which was your favourite out of all of them?
I think my favourite as a short film was probably Mother Love, that one set in outer space. It's a little mini space epic story, which I thought was very cleverly done on a shoestring.
And did that in any way reflect how you'd seen the music, or were these pieces completely different to your interpretation musically of the pieces?
Well, yeah, they were. I mean, they were completely the creations of the directors and the producers. I suppose we're half the producers, but the directors' ideas. I mean, we sort of all creative decisions stopped after we just said that sounds like an interesting treatment. Go, you know, and then we would have nothing more to do with it.
Why did you decide to do this? Was it because you felt that in many ways people associate Freddie as sort of the upfront face of Queen, and that obviously without him it was going to be difficult to do the videos and illustrate the music?
Well, yeah, to be quite candid, we had a problem. We had an album with Freddie on it, and we obviously couldn't do any sort of standard music videos because we didn't have him anymore. And these days the pressure is very great to have some kind of visual representation of the music, so you can get on top of the pops, and that's it. But anyway, so we really thought we'd kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and that would solve our problem. It would give us something, and it would also be quite an interesting experiment, finding some new cutting-edge directors. Britain's very good at throwing up directors.
We're actually doing a piece on a special on Sunday which focuses on the British here in Cannes and the film industry generally in Britain.
Yeah.
Do you think that we have got some good talent out there from what you've seen making these films?
I'm sure we have. I mean, historically we've had some great people like Ridley Scott, came up through commercials, people like that. And we can find, if somebody new comes through like that, it would be great. And it's got to be positive,
I think Queen's really credited, aren't they, with the first pop video. Everybody says that Bohemian Rhapsody was, quotes, one of the first pop videos. Do you think what you've done is something that other musicians might consider, giving people a chance to put an interpretation on their music?
I think they might. On the other hand, it's a whole new sort of avenue of possibilities of pretentious short films. I mean, it could really get that way. I think some of them work very well, and others don't work quite so well.
But I suppose also you were in a unique situation, I suppose, thinking about it, weren't you?
Yes, we were in a unique situation, which probably forced the situation. I mean, that to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen. But let's face it, videos are usually promotional tools. Just trying to sell a product. You're trying to sell a piece of music. And they're an expensive promotional tool normally. I think in this case it's a little bit of both. So it's a meeting of the two worlds in a way.
I think when you look back at when you were trying to put Made in Heaven together, how difficult a time was that for you?
It was quite difficult. It was difficult to actually conceive the way in which we'd finished the album, to actually polish it off, if you know what I mean, as a properly finished, coherent bit of work. And that was really what took the work. I mean, we had the sort of bits of the jigsaw puzzle, and we had to sort of polish them up and make them fit, and I think it turned out very well, actually.
I think it was smashing, but also was it a difficult time for you emotionally?
I think really the hardest time was the 2 years after Freddie's death. Well, we're just getting used to the idea of him not being around, and we didn't do any work on the album then because we didn't particularly want to. I think then after a while, you get used to it and reality takes hold again, and I think everybody felt that the album had to be finished.
What do you think Freddie would have made of the short films?
I don't know, actually. I think he would have been... I think he would have liked some of them, not liked others, but he would have liked the idea. when he'd have loved the idea actually of actually having some films that he didn't have to appear in.
And what now for Queen? I mean, obviously, Freddie was the face that we all associate all of you with Queen, but Freddie was such a vibrant character. What will you be doing now? Will there be another album?
The focal point. I honestly don't know. It's a difficult question that I get asked a lot. I don't actually know the answer. I can't conceive that we wouldn't ever do anything together again, the three of us, because there is definitely a chemistry there, and just instrumentally a chemistry. So, I mean, I imagine there'll be something that we'll be doing. But in the meantime, I think Brian and I are doing different, things on our own, and life's very full.
Brian's told us about his Pinocchio project. What things are you up to at the moment?
What am I up to? I'm doing some. Having a look for some new sort of younger people, and I'm also doing some solo work. Working with another singer as well, which is it's quite interesting.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah. Yes, I do. I mean, I'm a musician, and so I make music.